Hello, creators. Welcome back to Create, Share, and Give. This is your girl, Maya Marie. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. If you have been here before, I salute you. Now, today's video, I would like to discuss an issue that's going on within the quote unquote conscious community, and that's dealing with Brother Polight. I knew him through being on interviews and just different channels I come across, and I could only watch him for about 5 or 10 minutes. He definitely has accumulated a lot of knowledge, but the question is not how much knowledge do you have. The question is, are you living the knowledge that you acquired? Are you showing it through action? Because actions always speak louder than words. I would watch him because he definitely is a great orator. He definitely has the gift to gab. He has a huge ego. And I was watching that to just say, like, wow, people still buy this and they don't see anything wrong with it. And that was fine. If it wasn't for me, it wasn't for me. But it always amazes me when I see cult leaders, false prophets, wolves in sheep's clothing, and people do not see, even in everyday situations, work situations. I know everyone has had someone maybe in the office or they've had to work with who you know is a clear snake. Yet everyone else maybe seems to think they're fabulous until the time comes to their true colors are revealed. I've always had the gift to be very intuitive. I felt people's energy even when I didn't know what that was or what it meant, but I knew something may be off about that particular situation or person. Have I always listened to that? No, I haven't. I had to learn that I cannot see people as I want them to be. I have to see them for who they are. And I think so many people are hurting in the world, and so many people are looking for someone else to show them the way, to lead them, to think for them, to do the research for them. And when you do that, you set yourself up to be slaughtered. Follow your instinct. If someone is saying something that you know is way off base to what you feel is up to your standard, then don't turn a blind eye because the way they look, or because their words are so intoxicating, or their swag is so this or that. Use discernment. So, with that being said, I wanted to pull a few cards. If you guys have not heard the situation, Brother Polight was arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend's daughter, which, if you think about it, a grown man with a 14-year-old baby, that is actually quite sickening. And there are people that are still riding with him. If they arrested him, they've had some DNA, allegedly, evidence. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this guy's character. So I'm not sure why some people are so surprised. Oh, Brother Polight has a big bravado. You only have to watch him for 2 minutes to understand that, which confidence is a beautiful thing. But when that's in balance, then you start going the opposite direction. So he definitely knows that everything that he's built is drying up. The walls are coming in. He definitely is a flashy guy who likes to flash his monetary goods as if that's somehow part of consciousness. But that is drying up now because people are distancing themselves from him. He know he is caught now with his hands tied because allegedly there is evidence of the assault. So he cannot talk his way out of this one. He is still, again, juggling all of his monetary gain. He still is in an illusion that he's going to be okay. It's giving me that kind of O.J. Simpson bravado that I can do anything, and because I'm so great, I will get away with it, whatever that is. But he's definitely still stuck in that illusion. He's definitely in fight or flight mode, but he cannot get out of this situation. He is trapped, and everything that he has done and got away with, because what's the saying? Whatever goes on in the dark comes to light. And in this situation, that meaning means all the deeds he's done and all of the illusions, the masquerades, the hiding behind the perceived knowledge and the gift to gab. It kind of reminds me of the R. Kelly case, to where you just keep digging your grave deeper and deeper and deeper, and at the end of the day, you did it to yourself because you thought that you were the king of the castle and that you would be able to reign. Like he said in one of his videos, he cannot be canceled. But Spirit is saying otherwise. One thing you don't do too is you do not play with Spirit. You cannot play because the all sees everything. Some people may not believe in karma. Some people may not believe in the twofold law. Whatever you do comes back to you twice. Some people may not believe in that, but I do. Thunderbolt. This is basically the tower of the cards. The fall from grace. And the sad part about it is I don't think that he is even aware of how sticky this situation is. But there's definitely some pain and some strain and some agony there. The bottom line is you have to be receptive to your own guidance from within. Guidance, illumination, all comes from within your connection to the Most High. Do not put man in the place of the all, who is going to feed you your information, your truth from within, not from without. You have to do your own research, your own homework, and find out if that resonates with you. You cannot be too lazy and let people think for you So I just wanted to stop by and pull a few cards just to get the feel of the energy of what's going on now. I hope that the child that was involved, hopefully she is not too damaged and she can recover. I hope that if anyone has done anything to this child, then they have to pay the price of their consequence for that. His reign is collapsing. His material items are drying up, or they will be drying up. He's trying to balance it to keep it, but he's definitely isolated. He is no longer going to be able to bamboozle as many people that he has. And the bottom line is, get your information from a higher source. Connect with the all, and everything that you seek, you shall find. And don't look to man to light the path for you. I feel like the consequences that are coming are not going to be as harsh as we would like them to be, but there definitely is going to be a crumble. Everything that he's gotten away with, everything that he's done behind closed doors, is now opening up as it usually does. I have struggled with conscious leaders and spiritual leaders, and my hurt and disappointment has come from growing up in the church and seeing deacons that portrayed themselves to be one way, and yet they were doing more dirt than the people they talked about that weren't going to church. So I've learned not to hold anyone on a pedestal, and don't put too much of your trust and all into any human being. Now, there was a Malachi York. I wasn't aware of him, but as a Polight situation came up, he was a leader of Polight and had this huge compound built in Atlanta. I believe it was Atlanta. And he molested so many children and was a conscious leader, and people are still trying to say they're separating the two. Like, how can you abuse a child and excuse a person who has done an act as heinous as that? I will never get it, but again, I understand how people minds operate. Some people want a leader so bad that they will fall for anything. They don't want to do the research. They idolize men, and when you do that, you're setting yourself up for a letdown. So I've definitely had to learn to see people as they truly are, not who I want them to be. Like the lovely Maya Angelou always said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And Oprah added, the first time. So I wish you guys well out there. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment. And until we meet again,